My dear child, take a moment to stop. Remain exactly as you are. Embrace the tranquility that envelops you just for a breath. I perceive the fatigue that dwells deep within your spirit, the uncertainty that has obscured your path, the hidden struggles you have endured in solitude. You have been wandering perilously close to a precipice, my beloved, much nearer than you realized. Yet this particular moment has been divinely appointed its arrival, not a mere coincidence, but a purposeful design. Recall the instances when I manifested my love for you. Throughout your days, there have been indications of my care. The times I safeguarded you from harm, the unexpected assistance that presented itself, the gentle nudges at moments when you strayed off course. My child, you might not fully comprehend how close you were to bearing the entire burden of the path you were on. You navigated a challenging journey, and I understood it well. For every individual I have chosen, there comes a time when my deep love acts as a shield, safeguarding them from the consequences their actions would otherwise bring. A sacred pause. This is not due to my inability to impose limits, but because my boundless mercy is extensive. You stood at that crucial crossroads, whether you were aware of it or not. The decision you contemplated was assessed in realms unseen. It was never merely about a single misstep. It encompassed the trajectory of your inner self. Your struggles did not attract condemnation. I exhibit patience towards weary hearts. This is another opportunity, a brand new moment. The current moment is an opening. It's not just a feeling, not merely enthusiasm. It is a sacred blessing, a manifestation of my favor. You may think, but I haven't committed any major wrongs. However, in the realm beyond sight, being reluctant isn't measured by external missteps. It is assessed by the condition of your inner heart, not to find fault, but to draw you closer. For when I call upon one whom I have chosen, I persist in my calling until circumstances shift. And though I take my time before becoming displeased, I do not neglect a heart that turns away. You were close, closer than you understood. The burdens you bore, the growing emptiness, the internal anguish, all served as a signal. You were not merely exhausted. You were being nudged back toward me. Gently, at first. Then with increasing clarity. Until finally, I brought you to this very moment and declared, this is it. This is the exact time. You are here by design, my dear one. You are present because my mercy intervened to prevent a challenging outcome. But mercy does not endure forever. When I extend my hand, it signifies both an invitation and a boundary. You stand at the threshold of both. You remain mine. You are still called. Yet this time holds great significance. This is not a reflection on past errors. I have resolved that you must not go another day without recognizing this plainly. You have been protected not because of any merit, but due to the calling on your life. Your journey is not solely for your own restoration. It carries the responsibility of guiding others onto their paths. That is why I haven't let you go. That is why my gentle care intervened against alternative outcomes and said, wait. But now that same gentle care urges you to choose. Understand, this is not a forecast of imminent trouble. When I act in my perfect timing, you must respond. The opportunity before you may not appear the same later. The protection I afford you today could alter. And this is not because I change. It is because my timing is precise. Your specific moment has arrived. You have asked me to reveal the path. You have sought clarity. This is my answer. No longer should you experience doubt. No more postponement. Your subsequent actions bear greater weight than you realize. Not only for you, but for those whose lives intertwine with yours. It is not too late, my beloved. That is the wonder of my mercy. It keeps the path open even when other outcomes were conceivable. However, that openness is not perpetual. This moment is valuable because it is rare. There remains a willingness within you, and I recognize it. My power flows when you yield, my cherished child. Your yielding paves the way for the next chapter of your journey, revealing the path I have destined for you. Darkness does not obstruct my plan. It merely awaits your response for you to stand alongside me. I do not impose change upon a hesitant heart. I will prompt you. I will call you. I will stir your spirit. But I await your consent. Your agreement may seem slight, hesitant, slow. Yet to me it is significant. Even now, my beloved, the space surrounding you holds a promise. Something is set to unfold. Not just a random occurrence, but the person you were created to be. The one who moves freely, who stands steadfast, who knows profoundly within. I am their chosen one. Not because you are without faults, but because I have asserted that your life is valuable. You sought clear insight. You asked for certainty. This is what you desired. It has arrived. I am not looking for feelings, my beloved child, but for your choice. You are already aware of the truth. That is why your spirit stirs, why you feel this strength within. The internal struggle you are experiencing is not uncertainty. It is the final barrier of fear attempting to keep you from stepping into freedom. But you are not fragile at this moment. You have seen too much to disregard my call. You have reached the limit of striving alone, and that is where surrender begins. My work always arises from consensus, not from complicated language, not from flawless plans, merely from a genuine, sincere turning toward me. You have delayed for too long, my cherished one. You have ruminated on the same thought repeatedly. The one who opposes you wishes for you to remain stationary. This transcends merely your own decision. It is where my purpose and your life intersect. The unseen world watches not in trepidation, but in awe. For something I have designated is about to be unveiled. Opportunities do not always stay accessible. This moment is one of those instances. Declare your acceptance, my child, not due to absolute certainty. Express your acceptance because you are mine. State your acceptance not from a place of self-assurance, but from deep inner conviction. Your quiet declaration within is saying, I stand before you. I yield. I advance. You have endured the anguish brought about by previous choices. However, there exists a truth the darkness wished you would remain ignorant of. The calling I have placed within you is irremovable. I did not choose you because of your impeccable decisions. My selection was not influenced by your errors. I did not wait for your life to become orderly and precise. Long before you experienced doubt or fear, I announced my intentions for you. There exists a voice that hoped your missteps would lead you to believe that I had abandoned you, that my plans for your life had reached their conclusion. Yet what I offer is not fragile like the promises made by people. It does not crumble under strain. My purpose for you remains steadfast. every instance of uncertainty you may have encountered, every backtrack you may have taken, every second you might have felt devoid of my guidance. None of that diminished my original plans. It simply demonstrated the unwavering nature of my presence. You were not cast aside. You were being readied, refined, and positioned. While others may have departed, I remained right here. My commitment to the purpose I envisioned for you never faltered. Being chosen by the one who fully comprehends your entire being, including your vulnerabilities, is profoundly significant. It signifies that you do not need to earn my approval. There is no need to conceal your history. All that is required is for you to acknowledge what is true. And the truth is this: the life I have instilled within you is still alive. It continues to breathe. It awaits your affirmation. My child, your calling has not been lost simply because you encountered difficulties. It has not been undone by still periods or times when you felt trapped. Even if you momentarily set it aside, I safeguarded it for you. Now is the time to resurrect what you thought was concluded. Allow that sense of purpose which you believed had vanished to awaken once more. I did not waver in my thoughts about you. I kept my intentions safe until your heart was ready to recollect them. You will come to realize that the paths you viewed as wrong choices had their significance. They imparted essential lessons. The moments of anticipation granted you clarity. The suffering that once made you feel less deserving has actually fortified you. You are now equipped to guide others through the trials you have successfully navigated. This illustrates the essence of the purpose I instilled in you. It strengthens in ways unseen by others. It solidifies when faced with challenges. You do not require anyone else's validation to be prepared for this. Much of your preparation has occurred in concealed places. Though unnoticed, you were being made ready. All the time spent in preparation is still present within you, my dear child. It has accumulated awaiting this very instant. Others long for what you possess. Not a flawless image, but a journey you have traversed. Your authentic self, marked by hardship. The wisdom you have accumulated through trials. There are souls eager for your voice to find solace. Certain old patterns will not change until you enter specific situations. This is why the one who resists you has opposed you so fiercely. He wasn't merely battling you. He fought against the positive impact you are designed to provide. But here you are, my beloved, steadfast and chosen. If my purpose for you could be easily shattered, it would have crumbled under the burdens you bore. Yet it endured. It quietly remained firmly embedded within you, awaiting your recollection. That moment has arrived. You are not merely returning to a past aspiration, my child. You are stepping into a strength that has flourished within you. The mission I assigned to you didn't vanish. It has grown richer, and you are more equipped than you realize. Not because everything is resolved, but because you have been liberated from previous constraints. Now you clearly discern what is true and what is not. You have learned who to accompany and who to leave behind. You have observed the repercussions of hesitation, deciding not to linger in that space any longer. This is inner strength, my beloved. This is why the task I entrusted to you is now emerging. Do not await further signs, my child. You are currently living proof. The sense of my closeness. The clear understanding blossoming within you. These indicate that the purpose I bestowed upon you was never lost. It simply awaited your heart's return. You are not delayed. You are arriving precisely when I intended for this moment. The powerful feelings you have now are genuine, my cherished child. They arise not solely from external circumstances. They are spiritual, and they are not coincidental. It represents a final effort, a desperate maneuver from the adversary who realizes his time is concluding. You have traveled too far, my child, witnessed too much, and overcome too many obstacles to fall for the same old snares. Yet the foe is not targeting who you once were. He aims at the person you've become, the one who is awake, the one capable of recognizing his schemes, the one who no longer equates struggle with their true essence. And since he cannot obliterate the purpose I hold for you, my child, he is attempting to persuade you to abandon it willingly. This explains why your thoughts may feel louder than usual, why temptations may appear less distinct, why doubts may sound more plausible. His aim isn't merely to divert you. It aims to create disarray, to sway you from your objective just as it is about to be completed. You may have noticed this pattern, dear one. Just before a significant leap, doubt often amplifies. Uncertainties grow stronger. Relationships with others may shift. A sense of discomfort can heighten. Opportunities that once appeared promising may disappear. Everything might feel chaotic. This confusion does not stem from any mistake on your part. Rather, you are precisely where I intend for you to be. This is the behavior of your adversary when he senses that I am on the verge of manifesting something significant. Do not let this turmoil convince you that you have failed, my beloved child. This intense feeling serves as evidence. You are on the brink of a fresh beginning. Your opponent has employed every tactic against you, my dear. He has influenced your connections with others, your resources, your thoughts, your emotions. When you were weary, he whispered falsehoods, hoping to convince you that your fatigue was the ultimate truth. He presented distractions that appeared harmless. He lured you to accept less than my very best for you, not through overtly wrong actions, but through the allure of the easier route. Such is often his final maneuver, convincing you to trade the exalted place I have in store for you for a deceptive sense of tranquility. However, the elevated position I have prepared for you, my cherished one, cannot be attained by choosing the simple route. It has been forged through significant trials. And that trial is upon us now, not to shatter you, but to reveal the genuine strength within you. You have been tested, strengthened, pushed, and examined. This is not a reflection of weakness, but rather a testament to your capability to bear significant spiritual burdens. The kind of spiritual weight, dear one, that transforms environments, that dismantles antiquated practices and divisions, that makes unseen forces feel restless. You are a formidable force against darkness. The final hurdle you perceive is indicative of your opponent's fear. Do not let your thoughts linger there. Do not permit it to take hold. As you have confronted and triumphed over past challenges, my dear, remain steadfast against this one too. This is the ultimate barrier before liberation. The last instant of confusion prior to clarity. The final contest before your path is completely open. Yes, the powerful emotions you experience are real, my child. Yet they also reveal something deeper within. You have not been broken. You have been tested. You felt the burden. You remained still for a while. But you did not cease. And that simple fact incites fear in your opponent. For someone I have chosen who continues to move forward cannot be stopped, my beloved. Their prayers resonate with greater weight. Their words grow precise and sharp. Their presence wields influence. This is the person you have become. The matters that once deeply disturbed you no longer impact you in the same way, my child. The same challenges no longer affect you as they once did. This represents more than mere growth. It signifies a remarkable transformation within you. You are no longer merely responding to events. You perceive truth with clarity. You are not lost in aimlessness. You are discovering your firm ground. And this solid footing is why the disturbances around you seem amplified, my child. Because they are losing their hold on you. Returning to the way things were is not an option. Not due to incapacity, but because you no longer desire it. Places you once sought out to evade now feel stifling. Old patterns that provided comfort have turned into shackles. Individuals who previously defined your identity seem distant now. This change is not because they are different, but because you have progressed beyond the erroneous idea that you needed to diminish yourself to remain close to them. You have transcended the struggle that once ensnared you, my beloved. And now the final challenge confronts you not to impede your progress, but to coax you into halting your own advancement. But you shall not relent, my child. For now you perceive things as they genuinely are. This is not chaos dismantling everything. This is order taking form. Everything is aligning. The one who opposes you is exhausting his options to stand against you, my precious one. He has nothing innovative, only his old tricks amplified. But you have evolved. You no longer fall prey easily. You are not swayed by hollow words nor disheartened when others turn away from you. Your foundation runs deep, and your capacity to discern truth is now crystal clear. This is why this situation represents his last effort, my child. I remain untroubled. I have upheld my promise to you. What awaits is already in progress. What I have decreed over you is being readied for manifestation. And your adversary is aware of this. Hence he employs all he possesses, my beloved. Things meant to confuse you. Elements to divert you. Intense emotions. All in an attempt to make you hesitate just before the moment I designated for you. Do not waver now, my child. Do not procrastinate. Do not submit to fatigue when you are merely steps away from the next place I have prepared for you. You have endured everything to arrive at this moment, my precious child. This final push will not conquer you. It will propel you forward. What once felt like an unending battle has transformed, my child. This is no longer about simply surviving. This is an invitation to step into the space that has been prepared for you. A significant moment is upon you, my dear one, when the essence I instilled within you is meant to shine forth. You bear a spiritual insignia, a signal from the unseen dimensions. Your genuine nature has always been acknowledged by the invisible realm, my dear, and soon the tangible world will also recognize it. You have traversed a challenging journey. You have encountered formidable trials. You have endured anguish, grief, rejection, and waiting. Yet, my precious one, you persevered. Not due to your own strength, but because my support prevented you from faltering entirely. Now, my grace is guiding you toward a place of significance, for the hardships you've endured were not solely for your own sake, my child. Your journey paves the way for those who will follow after you. You reveal the potential of a life surrendered to me. While you may not perceive a physical sign, my beloved, there is a profound spiritual truth in this moment. A distinguishing mark. It carries my essence. It bears a weight of significance imbued with my power. Understanding this is not meant to instill fear, my child, but to foster comprehension. You now possess something invaluable that requires nurturing. As you are set apart in this manner, new challenges will undoubtedly arise. But alongside them comes renewed strength from me. This explains why the struggle intensified. Adversity pressed hard, knowing you were nearing this pivotal moment. Yet here you stand, my precious child, still resilient. I have brought structure and meaning to the trials you have faced, my beloved. You are transitioning from a state of seeking assistance to being sent forth. This period is not merely about personal victory. It is about embracing influence within the spiritual realm. Not to dominate others, my child, but to transform the environment surrounding you. In your presence, shifts occur. Your words can liberate hearts. My presence can bring restoration. Paul, such is the impact when you bear my insignia. And now, my treasured child, you sense this transformation. That stirring within you is not merely anxiety. It is my signal to you. Those tears you shed are not solely expressions of sorrow. They signify my touch upon you. The quietness you experience is not an absence. Rather, it is the spiritual realm acknowledging this season. The unseen world is attentive as one I have chosen steps into the time I have appointed for them. You have lived under labels, endured pain, and diminished yourself. But that era has concluded, my child. This is the moment for you to be unveiled, prepared for action. The path ahead will be uncharted. My blessing will accompany you. Not by chance, but because of your closeness to me. Opportunities will arise for you. Others will sense my presence upon you. This is the spiritual shield. This is the mark I have endowed you with. It holds immense significance, my precious one, as it demands stewardship and accountability. You will be called to rise when others refrain, to voice the truth when silence prevails, to give generously when others withhold. With this honor comes responsibilities. Yet it also encapsulates the beauty of the purpose I have bestowed upon you. This truth is not merely soothing words for you, my beloved. It signifies your crossing over in spirit. A message from me that you have transitioned from waiting to acting. From a place of pain to a life of intention. This truth extends beyond you, my child. If it stirs within you, it can also ignite change in others. Someone within your reach is quietly navigating the challenges you have already overcome. Be the one to guide them back to me. What transpires now is far more than just reiterating words once more. It is a bond entrenched within your soul, connecting you directly to me. Remain nearby. There is much more I wish to bestow upon you, my dear one. Stay receptive to what is offered. If these revelations have resonated with you profoundly, consider giving back willingly. Not out of obligation or for gain, but as a sign of appreciation for the gifts I have shared with you. Embracing this approach does not guarantee immediate transformation. Rather, it demonstrates your faith in me. It conveys the notion that this moment is significant, and I intend to ensure it remains impactful. Your existence here and now is no mere coincidence, my cherished one. The timing of this moment is intricately woven into my plan. You have encountered trials that were unseen by others. Yet I witnessed every single one, and you are not merely overcoming hardships, but moving toward the very purpose for which I created you. This time signifies a pivotal change in your journey, my beloved child. You are transitioning from struggling with challenges to advancing forward, from merely enduring to being propelled into action. If you feel this awakening within you, grasp its truth. You may recall sensing that something significant was occurring. However, that particular moment, my beloved, with its distinct weight and timing, has slipped by. My moments do not repeat like seasonal cycles. I operate through clear opportunities, unique instants, when the eternal intertwines with your reality. And now, my dear, you find yourself in one of those exceptional times. I have guided you to the brink of a fresh start. I have searched for you, invested myself in you, motivated you, instructed you, liberated you, and set you apart for this purpose. The pressing question now is not simply whether you will accept what I offer, my child, but if you will take action upon it. Procrastination in moving forward now will carry a heavier toll than it would have previously. You have felt my gentle prompt. You have heard my soft whispers. However, what unfolds next depends not only on my presence, my dear one, but also on your readiness to engage. Neglecting matters of the spirit yields consequences. It is not always an abrupt downfall. At times, it manifests as a gradual, silent drift away. It can feel like drifting further away without realizing how it occurred. Like becoming so accustomed to my nudges that you no longer recognize them as mine. The greatest peril for one I have chosen is not opposing me, my child. It lies in simply remaining inactive. Resisting me compels you to confront me and make a decision. But opting for inaction lulls you into a false security. It leads you to believe you are still progressing when in reality, your spirit has stagnated. That is what I seek to awaken you to now. You cannot turn away from the truth I have laid out. You cannot ignore what I have made evident. You cannot withdraw from my voice now without consequence. This time has distinguished you. Embracing my truth carries a certain gravity, my child. It is the weight of accountability. Not demanding perfection in every aspect, but doing what you know to be right. This is not a critique, but an understanding. When I highlight the path, I expect you to follow it. You have sought my guidance. You have looked for clarity. Now that I have made it evident, my treasured child, do not allow fear to masquerade as caution. Do not call your procrastination thorough consideration. Do not conceal your hesitance under the guise of carefulness. Your heart recognizes the truth. It is time for your steps to align with your inner knowledge. My favor is like an open door, my child. It is not an obstruction. It provides you an opportunity. However, it does not permit indefinite delays. And when that entrance begins to close, it does so quietly, gradually, almost before you realize it. Until eventually, my beloved, you discover that the openness has diminished. And the voice that once inspired you seems faint. That is the outcome of excessive delay. My love for you remains unwavering. But my plan continues to advance. The tasks I have assigned will not be indefinitely postponed. The places I aim to reach must still be effected. You were selected intentionally, my child. You were destined for this purpose. For this to come to fruition, your willingness must transform into action. You do not need to feel completely ready. You only need to be prepared to obey. What lies ahead requires you to walk by my side. It asks for movements grounded in trust that may defy your reasoning. My precious one, yet will bring peace to your internal being. And these actions will not always be grand. Some will be quiet decisions, letting go of what holds you back, avoiding discussions that do not aid you, and writing down the thoughts I have imparted to you. Adversity might make you believe that your response must be loud to be valid. My child, understand this. A quiet choice to obey in this moment can still create ripples in the unseen realms. You have reached the final phase of this clarity. This is where understanding transitions into action, where listening transforms into movement, where what has been revealed demands a response. You do not require further signs now. No more reassurances are forthcoming. Every single experience you have encountered, every inspiration within you, every tear that fell, every word that resonated with you, all of it has been integral to how I have orchestrated your arrival at this moment. This is precisely that appointed time. Your choice in this instant will echo not through worldly noise, but along the unique path I have designed for your journey. Because this is a moment to be remembered for generations, not due to a multitude of witnesses, but because of how profoundly it alters the course of events. You are being offered the opportunity to move forward completely, to quell any hesitance, to value the purpose I conceived you for, over any delay to express through your actions. I will not overlook what has been prepared expressly for me. And I watch my beloved child, not to judge you, but ready to walk alongside you. You have been brought to this moment to make a choice. You stand now at the core of a decision that will shape all that follows. This is not solely about your emotions or your surroundings. It is about your spirit aligning with mine. All the challenges you have faced every time you sensed my presence near, every gentle realization I placed within you, every quiet moment with significance, every instance where you thought you couldn't go on but found strength, all of it has led you to this crossroads. Not for the recognition of others, but to fulfill the mission I have assigned to you. You have persevered through hardships. You have endured tests. You have resisted the temptation to settle for less. You have confronted fear and persistently moved onward. You have wrestled with the unrest in your own thoughts. And you have surrendered to the influence of my voice. This is why you stand here today, not merely as one who has survived, but as one who is about to be launched forth. There is a distinction between being brought to safety and being sent out. One lifts you from darkness. The other sends you into the purposeful work I have designed for you. Most individuals never reach this juncture. They linger in the comfort of being saved. Yet they fail to step into the authority I provide for a distinct cause. But you, my beloved child, are being sent forth. This signifies that transformations must occur. Within you, around you, and through you. How you carry yourself, how you communicate, how you listen, how you engage in different environments. You are fundamentally transformed. This change is not a result of your own efforts, but due to your encounter with me. The moment I send someone forth is recognized in the spiritual realm. It leaves a divine mark in the unseen world. The one who stands against me is aware of it. Creation begins to align accordingly. And everything that attempted to impede you starts to yield to my perfect timing for you. But comprehend this, my beloved. This moment is not solely about ease. It is about embracing your mission. And this entails significance. It requires your agreement, your confirmation time and again, not merely in spoken terms, but manifested through your lifestyle. This journey ahead will present challenges, but my presence and strength shall accompany you. You will discover that things you once accepted will now cause inner disturbance. Environments where you once felt comfortable will become disconcerting. Conversations you once engaged in will seem empty and unfulfilling to you. This is not arrogance. It signifies one I have commissioned. To be sent forth means moving ahead with your focus unwaveringly on the task I have entrusted to you. It involves speaking with clarity, swiftly recognizing what diverts you from your course, and safeguarding your inner peace as an act of following me, not merely a personal inclination. Being sent means your strides are no longer arbitrary. I am directing them. Even your quiet moments possess intention. Even your stillness carries weight. There is no need for you to announce this transformation. Those who are guided by my Spirit will discern it within you. And those who cannot perceive it were not meant to accompany you on this journey. Many I sent previously felt unprepared, yet their willingness made all the difference. You cannot continue as you were from this moment forth. I have made this transformation certain within you. What I have promised regarding your life has grown strong and ready. You were never intended to blend into the ordinary. From the start, your purpose has been to combat the shadows. This communication serves as my indication that your trial period has concluded. All limits that constrained you have been lifted. Your essence now harmonizes with mine, and your identity is recognized not just here, but in my sight. I am dispatching you, my beloved, to designated locations and individuals. You will enter families, communities, and places where your influence can flourish, moving amidst various environments. Take with you what I have instilled within you. There's no need for you to seek validation. You will embody my essence. The presence I grant you attracts what approval-seeking could never achieve. You are not progressing alone. This is more than a simple promise now. This assignment has been entrusted to you by me. You have just had a direct encounter not with another individual, but with me. It was not merely knowledge shared. It was my reassurance to you. Deep within, from the very outset, you recognized this reality. You sensed it was for you. The chance was genuine, and your spirit responded. Now, my dear one, allow this transformation to continue expanding within you. Do not allow the illumination I have ignited within you to fade. If this moment has reached you, strengthened you, or granted you liberation, do not keep it hidden. Share it with those around you. Someone you know may quietly bear the same burden that you have been freed from. Be the guiding light that leads them to their own liberation. This is no mere coincidence. It is a bond steered by my spirit. Remain attuned to my actions. There is more yet to unfold, and I wish for you to embrace it. If this moment has profoundly impacted you, consider how your response might reflect your appreciation for what I have given you. Not from a sense of duty or in hopes of receiving anything in return, but to express how deeply you value what I have bestowed upon you. Your response does not win my favor, but it affirms your faith. It signifies that this encounter is sacred ground for you, and you will allow it to reshape you. Your presence here at this moment is no mere happenstance. This timing is meticulously orchestrated by me. You have endured challenges that others may not have perceived, but I have seen them. And now, my cherished one, you are not just emerging from adversity, you are stepping into the purpose I have set for you. This marks a transition from strife to progression, from merely surviving to being sent forth, from searching for answers to gaining understanding. If this profound transformation resonates within you, you already comprehend. This is the pivotal moment I have been arranging for you, and it is not far off. Stay alert for the subtle cues. Perhaps it manifests as a sudden attraction to a particular location, a persistent urge to learn about a place that arises in your thoughts, or a shift in your interests, whether it be sounds, languages, or even your demeanor. These subtle shifts are not coincidental. They signal the movement I am orchestrating. My spirit is cultivating your inner consciousness in preparation for the upcoming changes in your external journey. In this manner, I am prompting you to recognize the quiet signals of an impending transformation. So when you sense inner unease, when your spirit feels expanded, and when unfamiliar things capture your attention, embrace the moment without fear. This tension symbolizes the buildup that precedes a breakthrough. Just as conditions may feel constricted before the emergence of something new, you too will experience the weight of change prior to the unveiling of the beauty that lies ahead. This period is not intended for your bewilderment, my dear. Its purpose is to foster clear understanding. I am not sending you forth without clarity. I communicate with you through persistent signs, gentle nudges, and precise moments. Do not dismiss them as mere coincidence. I am not guiding you into ambiguity. I am positioning you for comprehension. I am aligning your heart in such a way that allows you to perceive what your mind alone may miss. Whenever your inner being resonates with a sound, a name, a location, or a phrase, give it your full attention. My reality is recalibrating the cadence within you to synchronize with what is about to come. The individual I am bringing into your life is not anchored in your past. They arrive from the future to which I am guiding you. They have ventured far, evolved, and let go of past tendencies. They carry insights from their experiences not to impress you, but to forge a deep connection. Their heart seeks lasting significance rather than ephemeral gratification. Their desire is to construct something genuine as opposed to merely presenting a facade. They crave authenticity over surface impressions. When you encounter this individual, it will invoke a profound sense of familiarity. Not inquiring, "Who are you?" but rather a simple recognition that acknowledges their presence. That's because long before you met in this life, your true essences were already intertwined in my existence. However, there is something crucial for you to grasp, my cherished child. The time you spent in anticipation was not wasted. The moments of stillness were not void. They were my means of shielding you. I was not disregarding you. I was safeguarding you. I withheld certain connections that fell short so you wouldn't overlook what is genuinely exceptional. Times that seemed like closures were in truth my way of directing you elsewhere. The separations that caused you sorrow were my sacred interruptions. The periods during which you felt isolated were not indicative of my absence. I was setting you apart for a significant mission. Release any fixation on how circumstances could have unfolded differently, my dear. Do not bear the burden of unfulfilled prayers or the weight of unfinished chapters in your story. What never materialized was not meant to ensnare you. Those who left your path were never meant to form the enduring bonds I envision for you, my beloved. When situations didn't develop as anticipated, it was not a failure on your part. It was my gentle care removing that which would have broken you. The tears you shed contributed to the preparation I was conducting in you. So when the way forward appears hazy, seek not grand indications, but my subtle affirmations in the ordinary. The small steps of faith, opting for tranquility over stress, offering kindness in the face of criticism, and entrusting me with what lies beyond your control. These are the threads weaving your readiness. Your faithfulness in the commonplace equips you for the remarkable. Do not undervalue the simplicity of this learning environment, for in these moments, your spirit harmonizes with heaven's cadence. Proceed with faithfulness in the little things, and you will discern my hand unlocking larger doors. You do not journey alone. My spirit accompanies you, transforming daily obedience into eternal relevance. Now rise and walk in this truth. You have arrived at this moment, my dear, and your readiness to listen honors me. You have sought clarity, and it has been granted. You have reached out for my guidance, and it is offered. This moment is marked by divine intent, a unique opportunity that will not remain available indefinitely. As one who has persevered and been refined, you now stand at the brink of your destined season. My hand does not force you, but my timing calls for your response. This is not solely for your own peace or breakthrough, my beloved child, but for the salvation of others intertwined with your path. Your obedience now opens doors not just for you, but for those who urgently need the light you carry. Understand this. The mantle I place upon you is genuine and weighed with purpose. It requests a response that aligns your actions with the truth your spirit now comprehends. Do not allow doubt to diminish the flame I have ignited within you. Remain grounded in my presence. Safeguard the transformation I have sealed inside you. I urge you now to fully step into your calling. Your journey progresses, and I am alongside you. Embrace my peace, my strength, and my protection as you move forward. My dear child, you didn't arrive here by mere chance. This moment was destined for you. I placed it along your journey not as a mere coincidence, but as a sacred convergence. You've been crying out quietly, yearning for someone to see the burden your heart has been bearing. And I have noticed. Every unspoken prayer you offered while shedding tears in solitude did not go unnoticed. I have caught every hint of desire in your speech, felt the quiver in your tone, and sensed the pain within your spirit. You may have assumed that your struggles were overlooked simply because you didn't witness immediate transformation. Yet faith is not defined by rapid results. Faith is about being in harmony. Today, I am affirming what you sought in prayer. It is accomplished. You prayed when your hope was dwindling. You reached out when your vigor was diminishing. Yet your belief was strong enough to voice your desires. That simple expression of faith touched me deeply. You thought you were merely enduring those tough days. But from my perspective, I observed you sowing seeds in the unseen. I witnessed your prayers ascending like fragrant incense to my presence. Every request made with a pure heart has not only been acknowledged, it has been realized in my domain. You are on the brink of stepping into what you've already declared. What was once concealed is about to manifest. I am not withholding anything. I am unveiling. I am disclosing. I am establishing. I am not a person who should deceive. I do not taunt with commitments I won't fulfill. If I pledged restoration, then it is already in motion. If I promised favor, then you are already surrounded by it in ways you haven't even perceived. If I assured you of breakthroughs, even now the barriers are crumbling behind the scenes. Stop focusing solely on what your eyes can see. My hand is at work in realms beyond your comprehension, yet your spirit senses it. This is why your heart has been restless. This is why you sense the shift, even when you can't articulate it. The environment is charged with answered prayers. You sought tranquility amid the storm, unknowing that I was cultivating peace within you even before I calmed the external chaos. You petitioned for provision, and though it may not have arrived in the package you envisioned, I have been providing daily grace, sustaining strength, and unexpected assistance. You sought healing, and I've been mending wounds deeper than what the physicians could address. I'm transforming your mindset, your self-view, your spiritual scars. You prayed to be seen, and I'm showing you that I've been attentive all along. You are completely visible, fully understood, and wholly loved. Allow me to share something sacred with you. My responses aren't always heralded with grand displays. Often they manifest in whispers, in gentle nudges, and in divine postponements that lead to greater outcomes. Yet even in silence from me there is strategy. While you waited, I was orchestrating. While you doubted, I was getting things ready. As you wept, I gathered every tear. Nothing surrendered in faith is in vain. No prayer offered up in submission disappeared. My words do not return unfulfilled. They achieve everything I intended. You are not alone in this season. I have been alongside you even when the way grew tight. I have shielded you from unseen perils, steered you clear of detrimental diversions, and safeguarded your name when others tried to tarnish it. I have enveloped you with favor like a protective barrier, fighting unseen battles on your behalf. Just because the final outcome isn't visible to you doesn't imply it hasn't been decided. Heaven has proclaimed the result. You just haven't experienced the complete manifestation yet, but it's on its way. And when it comes, it won't be a soft trickle. It will pour forth abundantly. It will be unmistakable. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. Those chosen often tread paths that can feel isolating, since not everyone can endure the elevation I am directing you toward. You asked me to lift you up, to bless you, to utilize your gifts, and I took those requests to heart. So I have been refining, shaping, and pruning, not to hurt you, but to prepare you. Because where I am leading your character needs to align with your calling. Your roots must sustain your reach. You asked for fruit, but I'm ensuring your branches can support the abundance I'm about to unleash. Don't let delays mislead you. Don't allow waiting to fool you. What you requested in prayer is accomplished. Though you may not yet grasp it with your hands, it has already been released in the spiritual realm. Now your faith will be the vessel that brings you to it. Faith is the connection between your desires and my granting. Every step you take in trust brings you closer to the promise. Keep moving forward. Continue to believe. Keep anticipating. For when I say it is done, no demon can reverse it. No circumstance can hinder it. No timeline can postpone it. My affirmation is everlasting. My seal is unshakable. You will not emerge from this season empty-handed. I am the God of multiplication, restoration, and exceeding abundance. I don't merely return what was lost. I add value. I transform ashes into beauty, mourning into joy, and struggles into strength. This is not the conclusion of your narrative. It's a pivotal moment. A reversal of everything the enemy thought could crush you. What once pained you will now empower you. What once humiliated you will now elevate you. I am rewriting the story. And it commences now. The prayers you think are forgotten remain in my remembrance. The dreams you have buried I am resurrecting. The barriers you believed were closed forever, I am breaking open in ways that require no keys. You are not trapped. You are positioned. You're not facing punishment. You're on the brink of promotion. You haven't been overlooked. You're being shielded. So raise your head. Straighten your posture. Inhale deeply. For what you sought in prayer has already been accomplished, and what follows will astonish you. I invite you to pause and truly feel the weight of this truth. I have already acted on your behalf. There's no need for you to push to persuade me. You need not plead as if I were distant or reticent. I am neither. I am close, and I am willing. What you requested in humility, I have granted in sovereignty. I wasn't waiting for your words to be flawless. I was waiting for your heart to open. And you did so in faith. That was sufficient. You've been led to believe that only fervent, urgent, and dramatic prayers catch my attention. But let me assure you, I am the God who listens closely to the softest whisper. I respond to a straightforward, sincere plea. You don't have to perform for my approval. No rituals or repetitive phrases are needed to gain my favor. You already possess it. You have it because I selected you long before you were capable of choosing me. You have it because my love is not earned. It is freely given. Freely. Boundlessly. In that love, your answered prayer begins to materialize. There was a purpose in my decision to reveal things gradually. If I had shown you everything at once, it might have been too much for you to handle. Thus, I proceeded carefully. I intertwined the answers within periods of anticipation, evaluation, and development. Your heart required fortifying to embrace the blessings. Your ability to discern needed refining to manage the opportunities I am presenting. Your character needed grounding so that the successes you achieve wouldn't uproot you. I have been fulfilling not just the prayer you voiced, but the transformation you weren't even aware you needed. I noticed when you started to doubt whether I had forgotten you. I saw you searching for signs that I was listening. Even in moments when you couldn't perceive my guidance, I was directing your path. Never mistake my silence for lack of action. In that silence, I communicated differently. Through individuals, through tranquility, through instances of divine restraint. You sought clarity, yet I responded with calmness. You desired a breakthrough, and I granted you patience. Not because I overlooked your request, but because I was getting you ready for it. Grasp this. Occasionally, the true gift lies not in what you receive, but in who you become while you believe. Grew stronger, wiser. You became more reliant on me. You evolved into someone capable not just of receiving the blessing, but of enhancing it. That is important to me. I'm not pursuing mere temporary relief. I am constructing something everlasting within you. Something immovable. Something that can endure trials and tribulations. You didn't merely ask for provision. You asked for me to mold you into a vessel of my glory. And I took your request earnestly. I'm not granting your prayer in parts. I'm not sending pieces of a blessing. What I'm releasing is complete, abundant, and perfectly in tune with your destiny. It will resonate in ways your previous experiences could not clarify. It will redeem what was lost and shine a light on what remained hidden. I'm not restoring you to your former self. I'm propelling you into entirely new territory. This isn't a repeat. It's a fresh narrative. One I've been crafting in the margins of your struggles, inked with my promises. You will not be characterized by what you've endured. The wilderness served as an educational space, not a punishment. The fire acted as a forge, not a consequence. The waiting was a nurturing phase, not a refusal. I was generating something within you that the world wasn't prepared to accept, but now the moment has arrived. Now the response has surfaced.
Ma,
What was once elusive will soon become your testimony, undeniably divine in origin. You won't need to convince anyone it came from me. My imprint will be evident throughout. Even now, I'm strategically placing the right individuals in your way. I'm opening opportunities that no one can close. I'm creating divine connections, altering resources, and redirecting favor towards you. When things start to fall into place, suddenly don't be taken aback. When opportunities arise unexpectedly, don't be astonished. This isn't by chance. It's orchestrated by divine intent. I am the master of timing, and my timing is flawlessly perfect. Though your wait has been long, it hasn't been in vain. Your adversaries will witness what I accomplish on your behalf. Not to humiliate them, but to demonstrate that I am your protector. Those who doubted your journey, mocked your faith, or questioned your loyalty will observe the proof of my presence. Not because you need their validation, but because I am a God of justice, rewarding faithfulness with favor. You remained steadfast when it was simpler to flee. You held on to belief when surrender felt almost easier, and now I'm honoring your resilience with the realization of what was once only an echo in your spirit. So raise your eyes once more, restore your faith, and speak with boldness again. Act as if your prayer has already been fulfilled, because it indeed has. Start expressing gratitude not solely for what is to come, but for what has already transpired. Offer your praise in advance not to gain a blessing, but to synchronize your heart with its essence. Adore me not out of necessity, but from a place of insight. You are not on a quest for a miracle. Instead, you are embracing a realization. As you align your heart with thankfulness, clarity emerges, burdens lessen, and joy returns with strength. This is your pivotal moment. The change in the atmosphere that you've been feeling is genuine. The open heavens for which you have prayed are not just a figment of imagination, they are your actual experience. The blessing is not something that will happen later. It is commencing right now. Stride with confidence, act with anticipation, and love freely. Remember that what you have sought in prayer has already been accomplished. I want you to carry yourself with the assurance that the King has already made his decree. You aren't simply advancing towards a possibility, rather you are stepping forward in the wake of a promise that has already been fulfilled in the heavens. Every obstacle that arises against you is merely challenging the momentum of my will, which is invincible. There are no delays, diversions, or hindrances that can nullify what I have already pronounced as completed. What I have firmly established cannot be shaken by fear or revoked by people. The heavenly court has rendered a verdict in your favor. You have become accustomed to navigating life as though you are still striving for your breakthrough, but I need you to change your mindset. I urge you to act like someone who has already received it. When you prayed in faith, I set in motion those things you could not perceive. The resolution is already on its way. It is not distant. It is nearer than your next breath. The more you adjust your viewpoint to align with my truth, the clearer it becomes to you. What was once merely hopeful is now a matter of timing, and time is no longer your adversary. It is working for you. Some may question why you are receiving answers. Some may even argue that you are unworthy or unqualified. However, I do not base my decisions on human criteria. I base it upon my covenant with you. I've taken into account the sincerity of your pleas, the quiet struggles you endured, and the nights filled with tears that were witnessed only by me. I listened to the prayers you could not articulate. I recognized your faith in times when everything appeared to be lost. You might not have seen it then, but those instances became altars marking your life with divine favor. And now that favor is being awakened not just to uplift you, but to change the circumstances surrounding you. Your answered prayers serve not only your own benefit, but will also influence those around you. I am using you as a channel. Through your experience, others will find renewed faith. Through your triumph, others will uncover their courage. Through your open door, people will realize what I can accomplish when someone boldly trusts me. Your breakthrough is greater than your individual needs. It is about manifesting my glory through your obedience. You have never been overlooked in this journey. Even when others disregarded you, underestimated you, or left you out, I never did.
Every tear has been noted. Every silent act of faith is recorded. I stood by you in every unseen battle. You may have felt alone, but you were never forsaken. Doubts might have crept in, but mine never did. I remained steadfast in my belief in the outcome, even when you struggled to envision it. I never questioned your value. I did not withhold my presence from you. I was preparing something so significant, so precise, that I needed to protect the process until the right moment arose. There were times you wished for haste, wanted outcomes to shift quickly, and sought comfort without delay. But had I acted then, you would have missed the full extent of my offer. My delay was not out of malice. I awaited the proper moment, a time when your character was ready to embrace your calling, a moment when your discernment would guard what I am placing in your hands, a time when you were mature enough to bear not just the blessing, but the responsibility that accompanies it. That moment has arrived, and I want you to begin living with the awareness that heaven supports you. When you speak, convey with conviction. When you pray, do so with anticipation. When you act, proceed without apology. You are not entering uncharted territory. You are reclaiming land that I have already allotted to you. Allow your heart to catch up with the knowledge your spirit already embraces. This is the season of fulfillment. This marks the onset of abundance. This is the moment when the seeds sown in sorrow will bloom into joy. You aren't stumbling into it by chance. You were destined for this moment. Signs will emerge, clear and unmistakable instances that feel like divine coincidences, yet are anything but. They serve as confirmations. I will begin to reveal the traces of my hand in instances you once considered random. You will come to understand that I have intricately connected details, conversations, encounters, even the delays that once frustrated you. They were all part of aligning you perfectly. Nothing has been wasted. Every moment of suffering, every unexpected turn has been redirected to position you for this release. You may have started this year uncertain, worn out by previous disappointments, and hesitant to hope again. But I am rewriting your narrative. The heaviness is lifting. The fear is dissolving. The shame that trailed you is being replaced by boldness. You are no longer existing in survival mode. You are moving forward from a place of victory. This victory was secured not because you never faltered, but because I never ceased contending for you. Even when your faith wavered, mine remained unwavering. Even when you let go, I held on. Allow this truth to ground you now. Your prayers did not initiate a mere transaction. They unveiled a relationship you don't just have access to. In me, you find everything you require. I do not answer from afar. I guide you into the promise. I do not merely provide. I remain present. I don't only restore, I multiply. And I don't just hear your prayers, I dwell within them. You have waited long enough in the shadow of almost healed, almost delivered, almost joyful. But I am not a God of almost. I am a God of completion. I am bringing to fruition what I began within you. No half-hearted promises exist in my kingdom. What I declare, I fulfill. What I initiate, I perfect. And what I promise, I deliver with unmatched excellence. You are about to experience the fullness of what it means to be enveloped in a prayer answered at the right moment. No more hesitancy in your hopes. No more treading lightly. My goodness beckons you to embrace this season with open hands and an open heart. Stop preparing for disappointment. That narrative no longer belongs to you.
You have endured long enough with the remnants of past wounds making you question new blessings. But I am clearing the lens through which you perceive my favor. I am teaching your heart to trust me again, not out of urgency, but out of insight. You now recognize that my goodness is not just theoretical. I am genuinely good to you. This is not about earning. This is not about struggling. It's about aligning yourself. When your heart resonates with my truth, everything else starts to fall into place. The anxiety that surfaces when you are about to embark on something new is not fear, it's growth. You are extending beyond the limits you once accepted. You are entering spaces that have always been intended for you. You are being called into roles that have belonged to you all along, but required a refined version of you to emerge through challenges. The fire did not consume you, it refined you. The pressure didn't destroy you, it molded you. The silence did not punish you. It taught you to hear me in ways that chaos could not. I have utilized every season, every peaceful morning, every restless night, every unexpected change to cultivate a strength within you that cannot be easily shaken. You are not fragile. You are forged. And that strength will be the vessel for the glory I am pouring out now. You have sought provision from me, and I have already instructed it to seek you. Not just enough to manage, but sufficient to overflow. Enough to be generous. Enough to bless others without fear of lacking. I do not give in parts. I provide in abundance, compacted, shaken, and overflowing. And as you manage what I release, more will come to know, not because you chase it, but because you walk harmoniously with my grace. You have requested healing not just physically, but emotionally. I see the areas within you where past memories sting as freshly as open wounds, where happiness feels risky and peace feels alien. But I am entering those spaces now. Places you shut off, assuming I wouldn't understand. Areas where shame tried to build a stronghold. I am dismantling every false belief. You are not too damaged to attain wholeness. You are not too far gone to be restored. You are not too broken to be profoundly loved. You have sought clarity, assigned direction. However, my responses are not always in the thunder. Oftentimes, they reside in the whisper. That gentle voice has been calling out to you each day, manifesting in emotions you struggle to articulate. In the lyrics of a song that keeps repeating. In the verses of scripture that linger in your mind. I have been guiding you softly, not because I am removed, but because I am intimately close. I'm not shouting at you from above. Rather, I walk alongside you, keeping pace, helping you find your footing, and softly encouraging, this is the path. Walk in it. You've sought my peace, genuine peace. Not the fleeting kind that vanishes with changing circumstances, but the enduring type that holds you steady when life seems chaotic. And I have placed that peace deep within you. It's not something external you are waiting for. It's something you possess in this moment. Peace doesn't mean problems are absent. It is my presence that defines it. And I am right here with you. Not as a far-off spectator, but as a committed father, fully attuned, fully engaged, fully invested in every moment you experience. There will be times when the past attempts to draw you back into familiar habits, when doubts arise suggesting that you haven't truly changed, that it's only a matter of time before you stumble again. But I have rewritten the narrative he's trying to reference. That old version of you no longer exists. It has been laid to rest, redeemed. You are not characterized by your history. You are characterized by what I declare you to be. And I have declared you free. I have declared you whole. I have declared you mine. Live like it. Speak like it. Pray like it. Lead like it. Embrace life as the answer to your prayers. Everything you need is already provided for. The table is set. The door stands ajar. The adversary has been disarmed. What remains is for you to believe anew not only with your words, but with your entire being. Let your life reflect the truth that your spirit already comprehends. I am reliable. I am present. And I have already acted in your favor. In my kingdom, there exists no delay. What seems like waiting is often just the orchestration of something far greater than your eye can perceive. While you were praying, I was positioning. While you were in tears, I was crafting a tapestry. Not a moment of your faith has been in vain. Every tear dropped has been noted. Everything has been accounted for in my realm. In light of your struggles, and yet because of them, I transform what sought to shatter you into what will elevate you. The world may have tried to persuade you that you needed to shout louder, be stronger to stand out. But I've noticed you in your silent moments when no one else was around remaining faithful. I saw you when you gave without recognition, prayed without applause, and obeyed despite the cost. That quiet obedience holds a scent that rises to my throne. I do not forget. I do not overlook. I reward at the right time, and that time is beginning now. Your narrative is not one filled with defeat. It's a testimony unfolding. There were sections the enemy attempted to inscribe, framing them as permanent records of failure, abandonment, and shame. But I possess the final draft. I have taken my pen and rewritten those tales with grace. Grace that converts shame into honor. Grace that transforms errors into stepping stones. Grace that extracts beauty from ashes, creating brilliance from the brokenness. This is why you've sensed a shift within lately, an unrest not born of confusion, but destiny's urgent call. I am beckoning you from what felt secure yet stagnant. I am shaking up your comfort zone to awaken your calling. There are uncharted places waiting for your steps. There are lives intertwined with your willingness to act. It's not merely about you receiving blessings. It's about you becoming a channel for blessings. Let me show you the essence of multiplication. When you offer something to me, I do not just return it, I enhance it. Your yes is no ordinary seed. It carries a legacy of impact. What you cultivate in surrender will grow in unexpected ways. I can use your faithfulness to shift environments. I can transform your modest beginnings into significant movements. I can take your unseen pain and convert it into healing for others. That is what transpires when you walk alongside me. Nothing goes to waste. I'm reviving dreams you had thought were buried as time made them seem unlikely. I'm revisiting prayers you discontinued believing I didn't respond. I did not forget. I was equipping you. At times the dream needed to rest until the dreamer was prepared. And now you are ready. Not because you possess all the answers, but because you've learned to trust me even in uncertainty. That kind of faith has the power to move mountains. You need not create a miracle. You simply need to stay close to the one who performs them. I do not require you to grasp everything. I ask you to follow me, even when the path isn't straight. Even when the light barely flickers. Even when everything around you contradicts the feelings within. For faith leads the way before sight arrives. And you are advancing toward a land of fulfilled promises, one step of trust after another. I have witnessed the struggles you faced in solitude, the instances when you maintained strength for others while feeling depleted yourself. But now I am refilling the parts of you that have grown empty. I am rejuvenating what has been drained. I am restoring what has been laid bare. This is a phase of divine exchange, your fatigue for my strength, your fears for my peace, your striving for my sufficiency. There will be moments when fear may whisper that it's too extraordinary to accept, that you're unworthy of it, that it won't endure. Counter these falsehoods with truth. You are receiving this blessing not due to your perfection, but out of my goodness. My grace does not hinge on your performance. It rests on my immutable nature. I am relentless, unwavering, unstoppable in my love for you. Accept this truth like life-giving water for your spirit. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not just a background figure in another person's miracle story. You are at the forefront of mine. I am revealing my glory through your life. Not owing to your position or your skills, but due to your heart. A heart that held on to faith when the circumstances were nonsensical. A heart that remained open when the easier choice was to shut down. A heart that continually said yes, even when the cost felt steep. So here's what I wish you to do. Stand tall, not in arrogance, but in holy confidence. The kind that comes from knowing you are chosen, appointed, sealed, and blessed. The kind that does not falter when others doubt, when doors close or storms arise. Because your anchor is not found in outcomes, but in me. And I remain steadfast. The miracle is manifesting not just around you, but through you. You are the embodiment of my power in action. Your life narrates an ongoing testimony, written line by line, victory by victory, moment by moment. You've focused so much on surviving that you've forgotten what it feels like to anticipate goodness. But I am here to remind you that you were never meant to exist in survival mode indefinitely. I designed you to thrive, to breathe deeply without fearing what's next, to find rest without constantly looking for threats, to laugh freely, to dream boldly. You have the right to believe once more. It is safe to hope again. For I am not just the God who sustains, I am the God who restores. I know how often you whispered, God, please, just one sign amidst your turmoil. And here it is. Not merely a sign, but an outpouring. Not just a flicker, but a blazing flame. I am affirming what your spirit has already sensed. The tide is shifting. Heaven is attentively engaged. What seemed like an extended night is giving way to a bright morning. With it comes clarity, strength, and blessings you didn't expect. You've developed in silence, in shadows, in places where no applause reached you. But now I'm placing you in the spotlight, not to exhibit you, but to showcase the resilience built through perseverance. It cultivated resilience. It fostered discernment. It shaped a character that won't falter under blessings. You won't misuse what I provide because you've experienced living without it and still praised me. That's why you're ready. That's why I can entrust you with more. And I will grant you more, not merely material things, but more of me. More peace amid the storms. More clarity amid critical choices. More joy that life circumstances cannot rob. You've had enough of false starts. Enough of near misses.
enough time spent in waiting rooms. This is different. This is not a test. It is a release. I've not only heard your prayers, I have sealed them.
I have acted on your behalf in ways that will only become apparent later. You've sought answers, but I've been offering you alignment. You've sought direction, but I've been molding your desires. Because what I intend for you does not merely seek to please your heart, it's designed to carry your purpose. Don't allow fear to twist this blessing into a burden. It's not beyond your capacity. You do not need to reduce yourself to accommodate it. You were created to carry this. I would not place this opportunity, this relationship, this path before you if I hadn't already equipped you for it. And that preparation wasn't solely built through victories. It was carved in your experiences of loss, in every quiet affirmation, in every sacred rejection. In each moment you chose integrity instead of comfort, faith instead of fear, love versus retaliation. This is what obedience unlocks. Not just results, but intimacy. You're not merely receiving my hand, you are drawing closer to my heart. And in that closeness, you will discover wisdom that cannot be shaken, insights that are impervious to theft, confidence that endures without breaking under pressure. You will begin to perceive how my voice becomes clearer, not because I raise my volume, but because your spirit has grown accustomed to listening. I am now surrounding you with the right voices, those who will not hinder your destiny, those who will not retreat when your blessings surface, those who rejoice in your successes because they are secure in their own. I am replacing unhealthy patterns with divine connections. You have outgrown what once constrained you. Now you are entering spaces that align with your calling rather than merely your comfort. There is no need for apologies regarding what I am doing in your life. You need not downplay your blessings to make others feel at ease. Your breakthrough is not arrogance. It is a testament to my faithfulness. Accept it with humility, but do not conceal it. You have endured much, prayed diligently, and trusted profoundly to treat this as commonplace. It is anything but that. It's extraordinary. You have been anointed for this exact moment. Not due to your history, accomplishments, or resources, but because of the position of your heart. You did not only seek a blessing, you prepared yourself to receive it well. That is a rarity. And I hold it in high regard. Take a moment to truly appreciate this. I hold you in esteem. I have witnessed what others overlooked. I have kept track of each occasion you persevered when it would have been simpler to give up. I have collected your tears, nurturing them as seeds. Now, the time for harvest is upon us. It will begin gradually, then burst forth unexpectedly. When it arrives, it will not feel like a struggle. It will radiate tranquility. You will come to realize that this outcome was not solely your effort. It was my doing. Allow me to continue guiding you. Let me reshape what you've felt the need to control. You need not hold everything together. Simply cling to me. I remain faithful during the waiting periods, and I am equally faithful during the moments of release. You, my dear one, are on the verge of witnessing the intersection of both. This next phase of your journey will be characterized not by striving, but by the act of receiving. You've borne burdens for such an extended time that the notion of ease might appear strange. Yet it is not an illusion. It is my gift to you. I did not create you to earn my affection, my favor, or my provision. I give generously to those who place their trust in me. It is not based on flawless performance, but on their hearts leaning towards mine. That describes you perfectly. Your reliance has consistently been your strength, even when others labeled it as weakness. I am not merely answering your prayers. I am surpassing them.
You sought provision, and I am delivering abundance. You wished for survival, and I am offering revival. You requested an escape, and I am granting you a path forward with grace, dignity, and miracles along the way. For your narrative will not conclude with mere escape. It will culminate in redemption. Observers will glance at your life and see the marks of heaven on every aspect that has been restored. While the journey may have cost you more than you ever anticipated, I have meticulously noted every sacrifice. None were wasted. Each step of obedience counts. You may not have noticed the fruits of your labor right away, but the roots have been burrowing deeper with every agreement you made with me, especially in times of pain. Now that root system stands strong enough to bear the weight of glory. Yes, glory. Not the kind that the world equates with fame, accolades, or adoration, but glory in its most authentic form. An unmistakable sign of my presence gracing your life. Glory that calms storms at your words of peace. Glory that touches hearts through your acts of kindness. Glory that transforms spaces effortlessly. That is what I am adorning you with. Not because you chased after it, but because you carried me when others would not. There were times you questioned the course I was guiding you down. Moments when you wondered if I was still close, yet you chose to follow me still. That kind of faithfulness is cherished in heaven. I extend rewards to those who stay close to me, even in darkness. And this is the season where I grant not repayment, but blessings. You owe me nothing, yet I take pleasure in bestowing gifts upon you. It brings me joy to see you stepping into the wonderful blessings I have prepared ahead of time for you. The doors that I am opening now are unlike any you have previously encountered. These doors are unshakable and can't be closed by man. They are unconditional. They are not determined by your history. They are resilient. They are steadfast, supported by my word and purpose. You will not be required to force your entry. You will not need to plead for recognition. I am placing you where your light can shine effortlessly, where your voice will resonate without shouting, where your presence brings peace without performance. Even the timing of your life has been divinely adjusted. The delays were not refusals, they were alignments. Had I revealed this to you earlier, it might have overwhelmed you. But you are prepared now. Not flawless, but ready. Not perfect, but faithful. That is your qualification. Faithfulness. I can accomplish far more with your surrendered heart than with countless strategies. And you, my beloved, have repeatedly entrusted me with your heart. So, take strides forward with assurance, not arrogance. Heaven has already granted its approval. There is no need to keep seeking entrance into sealed doors when I have opened a new path for you. You will sense it within your spirit. Peace will guide your way. Affirmation will resonate in unexpected spaces. Divine encounters will seek you out. Provision will pursue you. And all of this will arrive wrapped in the sweetness of my presence. I am also rekindling within you the part that forgot how to dream. The childlike wonder that was buried beneath disappointments. You ceased expecting beauty when pain became your norm. But I am reviving hope. I am whispering fresh visions. I am crafting new possibilities across the landscape of your imagination. Dare to believe anew. Dare to imagine a life that not only avoids hardship, but also emanates joy. You need not fear loss any longer. What I provide, I sustain. What I construct, I safeguard. You have spent enough time believing that good fortunes slip away. But I am sealing this blessing in such a manner that not even your doubts can unravel it. You need not clutch it tightly. You only need to accept it daily, in trust, in worship, in surrender. This blessing extends beyond your own existence. It carries generational significance. The healing, the restoration. The favor will extend through your lineage. Cycles will be broken. Patterns will transform. What once afflicted your ancestry will cease with you. And what starts with you will be a blessing for those who follow. Not merely through what you spoke, but through how you lived. You have made private choices that positively altered the atmosphere within your home. You have declared my promises even when your surroundings appeared barren of hope. You have fought battles that others did not even notice. I have witnessed everything. Each moment has been captured by me. Now I respond not merely with comfort, but with a promise. I won't be offering you bits and pieces. Instead, I present you with wholeness. Temporary relief is not what I'm providing you. I am pouring out consistent favor. For years, you've been seeking healing, purpose, restoration, and clarity from me. At this moment, without any pushing, you're stepping into a time where those prayers won't just appear one by one, but will come down like a downpour. To you, this may feel abrupt. Nevertheless, my timing has always been impeccable. Nothing has been postponed. Nothing has slipped through the cracks. Nothing has been neglected. You will notice this even in the tiniest aspects. The way individuals interact with you will shift. Opportunities will seem to come your way effortlessly. The peace you will experience will replace the internal turmoil you had grown accustomed to. In the ordinary, you will sense my presence. The sunlight warming your skin, the silence that is no longer hollow, and even the unexpected kindness from strangers. All of this is not mere chance. This is the fulfillment of the covenant. This demonstrates that I have always been attentive to the intricacies of your life. I recognize you were ready to continue waiting. You had made peace with the journey, accepted the absence of sound, and resolved to move forward even when answers were elusive. Such surrender carries significant power. It transforms environments and invites divine intervention. When you trust me beyond comprehension, you allow me to surpass your expectations. And I will always surpass what you anticipate. I am not a deity who settles for mediocrity. I am a deity of abundance. Your heart still carries echoes of past hurts. You fear that hoping too fervently might lead to disappointment again. However, I want you to understand that this blessing is constructed on solid ground. It isn't contingent upon luck or human approval. It is grounded in my word, making it unshakable and secure. You need not second guess it. You do not need to analyze whether it seems too good to be true. It is reality simply because I declared it. And I am not deceitful. May this season be one where you cease to rush through loss and begin to anticipate goodness. You have learned the art of survival. Now I am guiding you on how to thrive. Thriving manifests as joy that withstands pressure. It appears as peace that endures beyond disappointment. It resembles rest not due to perfection, but because you know who governs your future. And that is me. I have always been in this position. Right now, I am orchestrating divine encounters along your journey. individuals who possess the keys to your next opportunity, people who breathe life into you when you forget how to do so, those who pray for you without needing to know your struggles. I am appointing allies, encouragers, mentors, and protectors, those who will recognize what I have placed within you and help you manage it responsibly. This is part of the blessing you didn't even request. Companionship ordained for the road ahead. You have walked alone for an extended period, but I never intended for you to exist in isolation. I am healing the areas within you that began to think you are either too much or not enough. I am demonstrating through the affection of others that you are precisely as I envisioned, wonderfully crafted, intrinsically valuable, and divinely equipped for every good deed. This isn't flattery. This is your true identity. I am restoring who you genuinely are beneath all the pain and labels. For those times when your heart quakes with doubt, remember this: I pave the path before you. I walk behind you. I encompass you. You are never traversing these days alone. Even in moments of silence, I am arranging divine results behind the scenes. Every weight has contributed to a larger alignment. Each detour has led you to something more remarkable than you first imagined. Your narrative is not trivial. It is sacred. I will use it not solely to bless you, but also to bless others. Testimonies will emerge from your experience like sparks illuminating the darkness. Those who have lost hope will discover light through your perseverance. Individuals who feel neglected will find solace in your words. Your scars will not be reminders of past pain, but symbols of resilience and proof of my goodness. So do not retreat now. Do not apologize for the blessings you are stepping into. You didn't take it from someone else. You didn't create it. It was designated for you. You remained faithful and hidden. And now I am bringing it forth, not for your glory, but for mine. When they inquire about your success, direct them to me. When they are astonished by the opportunities that have opened, point to me. When they're unable to articulate the source of your peace strength or timing, point to me. I will continue to support you, not just emotionally or spiritually, but practically. Provision is on its way. Support is arriving. New strategies are coming. I am not simply restoring what was lost. I am enhancing what you believed could never be reconstructed. Anticipate the unexpected. Look forward to sudden changes. Prepare for answers you weren't aware of en route. You are not entering this phase by coincidence. This is not just a random shift. This is me showing honor for the faith you displayed when continuing felt illogical. You praised me amid heartbreak. You stood firm when it would have been simpler to flee. You offered your affirmation privately when no one else was watching. Now I'm honoring that publicly, not for attention but for alignment. What you possess is meant to be evident. What I planted quietly is about to flourish openly. I understand that being visible can feel daunting. You have found comfort in the shadows. But dear one, I did not create you to remain concealed. Your purpose is to shine, to mirror my essence, my glory, and my love in ways unique to you. You need not be loud to radiate brightness. You do not need to perform to have an impact. Just surrender. That is what draws others to me through you. The quiet bravery to embrace fully who I created you to be. I am your source, not your relentless striving. The burden of this next chapter doesn't depend on your actions. It rests on my promise. You are not bearing this load alone. There is no need for you to fret about managing every single detail. I am the one who holds all the pieces together. I will multiply what you offer. I will bridge the gaps when your strength diminishes. And I remain unwavering. Allow me to reiterate this. The breakthrough you have been seeking through prayer is already in motion. Just because you cannot yet see the complete picture does not imply that the transformation hasn't begun. Plants develop beneath the soil long before they rise to the surface. Right now, there is significant movement beneath the veil of your perception. Trust the movement within you. Trust the transformation. Trust the discomfort as it often signals the birth of something new. You have sought assurance. Here it is. Indeed, you are heading in the right direction. Yes, this is the appropriate moment. Yes, I am part of this. I'm not merely permitting it, I am guiding it. Every instance of obedience you've experienced has brought you to this point. Even your missteps have been utilized by me. I have redeemed every detour you've taken. Nothing has gone to waste in my hands. This includes the moments you deemed failures. Lift your gaze from what never came to pass. Cease rehashing your losses. Your destiny remains uninfluenced by what you have lost. It is rooted in what I am still accomplishing. And my work is not complete. This is still in the process of unfolding. What lies ahead will transform how you breathe, speak, and live as you will finally align with the version of yourself that I have always envisioned. You are entering spaces where your name has already been honored. You are being remembered in places where you may have forgotten you planted seeds. The harvest is catching up to your obedience. Acceleration is on its way, not in a frantic rush, but in a sacred momentum. Things will start to flow effortlessly. Not because it's simple, but because I am the one clearing the path. I am even working on the hearts of those around you. Do not overlook the quiet miracles taking place within your family, your relationships, and your community. I am softening hearts. I am restoring trust. I am initiating healing conversations. You will not have to struggle for connection. I am constructing it with my own hands. Reconciliation will not occur through force, but through my spirit, gently, persistently, and wisely at work. Even the areas that seem arid and desolate, I am sending rain. This is not solely physical provision, but also emotional nourishment. Where you have felt numb, I am reviving sensations. Where you have felt disconnected, I am reuniting. Where you have felt unworthy, I am here to remind you. You have always belonged to me. I do not perceive you through the lens of performance. I observe you through the lens of redemption. You are no longer just surviving. You are rising. As you ascend, so too will others follow. Your triumph will unlock theirs. Your healing will ignite their hope. Your worship will change the atmosphere. This is the ripple effect of compliance. It never remains contained. It spreads, transforms, and multiplies. And I have chosen you to be a vessel not due to perfection, but because of your willingness. So, do not shy away. Do not second-guess the doors I have opened. Do not hesitate when stepping into what I am calling you to. You are prepared. You are anointed. You are equipped. You are surrounded. Above all, you are loved with a depth and permanence that no circumstance can diminish. Step fully into the life I have already secured for you. Not the life fear envisioned. Not the version that shame attempted to define. But the life I ordained for you before your existence. A life in which joy is not a rare visitor, but a constant companion. a life where peace is not pursued, but carried. The life wherein my presence is not merely a distant hope, but your closest reality. That life is not a distant fantasy, it is unfolding now. You have already endured fire and flood, and you remain. This is not mere coincidence. It is not just resilience. It is my steady and unfailing hand guiding you through every trial. You need not rehearse past fears or anticipate future struggles. I have gone before you. I am walking alongside you. And I stand watch behind you. You are always shielded. You are forever supported. You are not relying on your own power. You are acting under heavenly protection. Every desire stirring within you at this moment, I acknowledge it. I don't merely hear your spoken words. I sense the heaviness behind them. I grasp the fears that remain unvoiced. I understand the silent cries for help. And I want you to be assured that nothing you have presented to me in prayer has escaped my attention. Not one murmured request. Not a single tear of yielding. Not a single silent shout. I have embraced them all. And at the appropriate time, which is divine, the answers will come. Some of these solutions will manifest as new opportunities. Others may appear as closed doors you believed necessary. Some will arrive wrapped in surprising faces, unforeseen places, and unexpected timings. Yet each will undeniably be my work. Because I do more than respond to prayers. I transform lives. I don't simply recover what has been lost. I create something even more remarkable in its stead. I don't merely restore your wholeness. I bring about your renewal. So take a deep breath, dear one. Exhale with the assurance of someone who knows that heaven is on their side. Breathe with the tranquility of someone aware that it is accomplished. Not partially complete. Not halfway done. The blessing is assured. The healing is secured. The path is clear. It is accomplished. You step forward not merely in hope, but in certainty. Certainty that my spirit will guide you when you seek clarity. Certainty that I will provide before the situation arises. Certainty that I will empower you right when weakness attempts to deter your courage. Certainty that you are not in pursuit of me. I have already come to meet you. You never walk alone. With every step you take, I am alongside you. With every breath you take, I infuse it with vitality. And as you advance, keep in mind all that I have done. Recall how far you have traveled. Only look back to remember my faithfulness, not to stir up your fears. Let the past serve as proof that I will never forsake you. Allow it to remind you how I've turned sorrow into joy in the past, and I will do it again. Let it bear witness that what was intended for harm has been repurposed for good. This week your mind will find peace. Not because the turmoil has ceased, but because your spirit will be anchored in truth. This week you will find restful sleep. Not because the world is still, but because my voice resonates louder. This week, your steps will be confident. Not because you can see every detail, but because you trust the one who can. This week is marked by alignment, confidence, and fulfilled prayers. It's a week that will transform the atmosphere around you, and whenever you feel inclined to pull back, remind yourself that I am not merely with you. I dwell within you. My strength thrives inside you. My wisdom is at your access. My comfort envelops you. My victory is inscribed over you. You are not reverting to your former self. You are evolving into everything I proclaimed, and nothing can undo what I've declared. You did not arrive here by coincidence. This very moment, this pause in your day is purposeful. I called you into this space. I arranged the stillness, the timing, and the manner in which this message has reached you. Because you have been quietly yearning for something more profound, something that no noise, no individual, no material possession can provide. What you have sought is not another strategy, not another promise from those who may let you down, but an encounter with truth. And here I am. I speak not to a crowd. I address you directly, intentionally, powerfully. My love is not just a concept. It is not a line written on a page or a phrase spoken in moments of sentiment. My love is vibrant and living. It breathes. It moves. It finds you in darkness and elevates you to brightness. You have attempted to gauge it according to your actions, your performance, your triumphs or failures. But my love does not vary with your emotions or vanish when you feel overwhelmed. It endures. It remains when you falter. It is constant when others depart. It persists when everything else becomes unrecognizable. My love is plenitude. It fills each void, every lack, and every concealed pain you have harbored in silence. You believed abundance was something you needed to pursue, something unreachable, conditional or reserved for a select few who seem to get everything right. But I tell you now, abundance starts when you embrace me fully. Not a version molded by tradition or fear, not a shadow of my presence tainted by pain or guilt, but me, the I am the one who created you, knows you, and loves you more than you can fathom. I am not limited. I do not withhold my goodness. I pour it out abundantly. I release it like rivers that never run dry. I extend my hand to fulfill the desires of every living being, including you. I have witnessed your quiet discontent when doors remained shut, when answers were slow to come, when you prayed and encountered only silence. I was there not absent or punishing, but present, nurturing something eternal to grow where you believed nothing was unfolding. I never squander your patience. I never forget your cries. Even when your tears dried and you brushed them away unnoticed, I saw. I saw because I am the God who sees Elroy, and I don't merely observe you. I respond to your needs. My blessing is not left to chance. It is not arbitrary. It is not a reward that you earn through perfection. My essence embodies a blessing. Inherent within me is the power to renew, mend, and reclaim, offering what the world fails to provide. It's time to cease linking blessings to hardship. You've been led to believe that every miracle must come with suffering. But today, I aim to transform that mindset. Blessings can arrive gently and unexpectedly, occurring in serene moments or amidst the mundane. They need not follow distress or emerge from turmoil. Occasionally, blessings come wrapped in tranquility, stealthily entering your life without your immediate awareness. You seek evidence, validations, opportunities, and while I can use these signs, I also communicate in the silent depths of your knowing, your spirit, your discernment. I whisper in your breath, your quietude, your gentle sighs. I connect with you in moments of stillness, not while you are striving or attempting to impress me. I am always accessible. I've never been out of reach. Yet there have been times when your perception has clouded my proximity, associating my distance with your imperfections. That is not my truth. I do not require you to perfect yourself before drawing close. I come near while you're still trying to navigate your path. My affection envelops your journey. My grace accompanies you through uncertainty. My presence is your heritage, given freely, not contingent upon your self-repair. Let's reshape our understanding of what it is to be loved by me. It signifies that you are perpetually close to me, never too far lost or irreparably damaged to be restored. It means your name is etched on my heart not in erasable ink, but in permanence. When others turned away, I remained. When they couldn't grasp your value, I recognized it and continue to do so. None of your experiences exclude you from receiving my love. In fact, they enable you to encounter my compassion like never before. Even the aspects of yourself that you hide out of shame do not deter me. I acknowledge them and still choose you day after day, hour by hour with each breath. There isn't a future version of you I haven't already traversed. I precede you. I support you. I encompass you. Even during life's challenges, I've been uplifting you in ways you were unaware of. That unexpected strength just when you felt you might break, that was me. The calm amid the chaos, that was me too. The glimmer of hope you felt when you teetered on the edge of despair, that was also me. I don't simply visit your suffering. I immerse myself in your journey. I accompany you through every valley, celebrating with you during every high point. I am the God who remains. You are not disregarded. You are not forgotten. You are not lost amid those who appear to deserve more or are more prepared. You are acknowledged. You are selected. You are cherished just as you are. And this love is not weak, nor is it delicate. It is fierce. It is protective. It is deliberate. It will advocate for you. It will pursue you. It will restore all that lifetime or people have attempted to take from you. You may not comprehend all that has transpired, but rest assured none of it has gone unnoticed. My vision. I will harness it all. I will interlace every aspect. I will transform ashes into beauty, sorrow into joy, desperation into praise. There's a part of you that's been withholding your breath, not physically but spiritually, bracing for yet another disappointment, another rush of bad tidings, another instance where security seemed to slip away. I see that. I notice how hope flickers and then wavers within you, hesitant to embrace positivity, cautious about trusting in lasting good. But I encourage you to release now. Let go of the fear that has gripped your expectations. You were not designed to exist in a perpetual cycle of survival. You were created for tranquility, for joy that remains regardless of changing circumstances. You've suffered greatly in silence. You've donned a smile through disillusionment. You've uplifted others while feeling depleted yourself. You've been a pillar for those around you, all while secretly yearning for someone to support you, and I have been that support, even when you couldn't feel it, even when doubt clouded your thoughts about my attentiveness, my concern, my closeness. I have never departed. I have never turned my back. My guiding hand has been upon your life from the start, and even during your most challenging times, I've been engaged in battles you were oblivious to. The burdens you've carried were not pointless. I've recognized how profoundly they've molded you, teaching you to lean into my presence, even when my actions seemed inscrutable. I never assured a life void of wounds, but I did promise restoration. I pledged to turn every valley into a source of abundance, each grief into a seed, and you will witness the harvest. You will find proof that I waste nothing. The chapters of your life that felt like endings are merely part of the narrative. I'm still composing it. The ink has not dried on what is yet to unfold. Do not mistake delays for denials. Many times you've presumed my quietness indicated disapproval, or that unanswered prayers equate to rejection, but I am not bound by human timelines. I am not limited by clocks or calendars. I prepare you for what I have in store for you. I am not merely focused on granting you temporary fulfillment. I seek your lasting transformation. I yearn for your heart, your completeness, your joy that endures even amidst turmoil, which sometimes necessitates allowing you to endure periods of growth where nothing appears to blossom. I want you to understand that I have already made strides for your future. The resources, strength, clarity, and opportunities are not competitions for you to engage in alone. I will place them within your reach. I will align people to assist you. Doors will swing open that you did not even knock upon. Your name will be mentioned in spaces you have yet to enter, for this journey is not about climbing a spiritual hierarchy to gain my affection. It's about walking alongside me step by step, moment by moment, trusting that I am who I profess to be and that I will fulfill my promises. Let me remind you of something sacred. You were intentionally created. You are not a mistake. You are not random. Every facet of your being bears my design. Your sensitivity, your insight, your aspirations, your passion. These are not defects. They are hints toward your purpose. The aspects deemed too intense or excessive by the world are, in truth, the very qualities I instilled within you to achieve a higher calling. Do not diminish yourself to fit into spaces that cannot accommodate the brilliance of your light. Do not dull what I intended to shine brightly. You need not apologize for being the person I created you to be. Your voice, your prayers, your presence all hold power. The adversary has sought to convince you otherwise, attempting to silence your authority, to rob you of your identity through fear, comparison, and fatigue. But I am reclaiming what was lost. I am reaffirming what has always been true. You are chosen. You are equipped. You are not behind. You are right on cue. Every twist and turn, every pause, every period of quiet, I've utilized it all to deepen your roots, ensuring that what I construct with you now remains unshaken. Cease to dwell on your regrets. I hold no record of them against you. I keep no tally. The price for your clean slate has already been paid. What I present to you at this moment is not judgment, but a chance for revival, grace, mercy, and liberation. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter for you. There is no need to bear the burdens of your previous mistakes or the unspoken expectations that were never yours to shoulder. I have already taken those away. I have already declared you redeemed. Let that be sufficient. It is not necessary for you to see every detail of the path ahead. You don't need to outline the entire trek. All I ask is that you place your trust in the one who perceives the entirety of the situation, that you hold faith, that I am not guiding you in circles, that you remember my ways surpass your understanding. My thoughts are expansive, and my vision is everlasting. When the unfamiliar feels too much to handle, return to what you do know. My love surrounds you. I stand with you. Let your spirit embrace this, not as a distant notion, but as a steadfast foundation. You are not facing this season in solitude. I am present in the intricate details, in the timing, in the still moments where it appears as if nothing is changing. Trust me there. Trust me even when my presence feels distant. Trust me during those times when the signs are slow to manifest, because my essence remains unchanged. My word spoken over your life continues to hold true. My promises do not wane with the passage of time. I remain constant. Yesterday, today, forever.
Allow your heart to settle firmly into that reality. You are secure with me. For too long, you have taken on responsibilities that were never intended for you. Burdens, inherited expectations, unspoken, yet always sensed, and silent pressures to fulfill every role for others. Despite your continued movement, your spirit has grown weary, not merely from fatigue, but from bearing a weight that was not yours to carry alone. You have looked around and pondered if anyone else could see your struggles, if I noticed them too. And I want you to understand this clearly. I have seen. I do see. I always have seen. Not a single step you've taken has slipped my notice. Each tear, every soft sigh, each weary prayer has been acknowledged. I have gathered every cry as if it were a treasure, not because you show weakness, but because you hold a significant place in my heart. There is nothing feeble about reaching your limits. Experiencing overwhelm does not signify failure. It represents your humanity and opens the door to my divinity. You were not meant to navigate life without me. That feeling of emptiness in your heart, the yearning for something deeper, something enduring, it's not a flaw. It serves as proof that you were designed for connection, not merely survival. You were created to journey alongside me, not perform solely for me. And I am not awaiting a flawless version of you to initiate that relationship. I long for the authentic you in this moment. The tired, uncertain you, the one who sometimes finds it hard to believe. That's the person I cherish. That is the person I bless. I'm not withholding my love because of any perceived shortcomings. My love isn't a reward for trying harder. It is a spontaneous gift, unearned yet generously given. I do not dispense it in small portions. I give it abundantly, lavishly, and continually. I am not like those who have loved you conditionally. I do not withdraw my love when you falter. I do not withhold my presence when doubt creeps in. I do not leave you in confusion. Instead, I draw nearer, kneeling by your side in your suffering. I speak peace into your fears. I cherish your heart with a care deeper than you've ever known. I understand you've sought to shield yourself. I recognize you've erected barriers to keep disappointment at bay. Yet those barriers have also kept my presence on the outside. Allow me back in, not only into your prayers, but also into your choices, into your moments of second guessing, into the sleepless nights and the fears you hesitate to voice. I am not daunted by your uncertainties. I do not tire of your repeated requests. I am not weary of your journey. I walk beside you, and I will continue to do so until you see yourself as I see you. You are not lagging behind. You are not running late. There's no race in which you are losing. You are being shaped in ways that may seem invisible, stretched in silence and formed in the flames, and the you that is emerging is stronger, wiser, softer, and bolder. This is the you I have been cultivating all along. You may not always perceive it in your reflection, but trust me, the transformation is genuine. The changes are unfolding. What I am nurturing within you will transcend any temporary hardships. The foundation I am establishing will support not just you, but those who will follow. This is why the pressure has felt so extreme. You are not just healing for your sake. You are breaking old habits. You are ending destructive cycles. You are rebuilding legacies. And the weight of this responsibility can feel excessive. But I'm here to remind you that you are not meant to carry this burden by yourself. I will provide you with strength. I will grant you wisdom beyond your experience, peace surpassing your understanding, and favor beyond your reach. I will accomplish for you what you cannot achieve on your own, not for your glory,
but to ensure you know it was me all along. You do not have to earn this kind of support. You simply have to accept it. You only need to trust that I am not manipulating your existence. I do not bring you to the brink just to let you fall. I do not inspire dreams in you only to extinguish them. If I sowed the seed, I will bring forth the harvest. Yet harvesting requires time. It demands nurturing. It needs light. It requires surrender. Cease your attempts to hasten what I am cultivating. Let the roots grow deeper. Allow patience to work its way through. And while you wait, do not neglect your worship. Let it become a weapon. Let it be your breath. I understand that rekindling hope is challenging. I know that disappointment has made you hesitant. But I am not the source of your pain. I am not the one who abandoned you. I am the one who remained. The one who held you when you had nothing remaining. The one who whispered your worth when you felt discarded. The one who never gave up even when you did. I will never be far or apathetic. I will never belittle your suffering or overlook your cry. I am Emmanuel, God with you. Always. And right now I am closer than your very breath. Closer than the next thought crossing your mind. I am present in this moment, inviting you to rest. Not because all has been resolved, but because I am sufficient. I am enough for your questions. I am enough to fill your gaps. I am enough for that pain you haven't yet learned to articulate. Come to Mino not just as a mission, but as a sanctuary. Set aside your ambitions. Release the fantasy that everything must be sorted out before I act. I operate within the unknown. I navigate through the chaos. I take steps when belief is raw and imperfect. Here is where wonders commence. I have witnessed your attempts to appear strong for everyone while quietly shattering within. You've been the supporter, the stabilizer, the accountable one, the one that others depend on when they feel like collapsing. But I perceive what they do not see. I recognize the tremendous effort required to smile when your spirit is weary. I acknowledge the burden you bear in your serene moments. And I want you to understand that strength does not mean pretending you aren't in pain. It involves trusting me sufficiently to be genuine. It entails permitting me to handle the fragments you no longer know how to bear. You are not expected to have all the solutions. I never required you to. I did not form you to save yourself. I designed you to walk alongside me, to rely on me, to trust me with the aspects of life that seem overwhelmingly burdensome or perplexing. I do not seek your flawlessness. I desire your surrender. You can cease the struggle to keep everything intact out of anxiety that it might all collapse. What may seem like disorder to you is often preparation in my grasp. What feels like a delay is frequently my safeguard. And what appears to be silence is where I am speaking the loudest. Sometimes what I withhold is just as meaningful as what I provide. I realize that you don't always grasp why specific things haven't materialized, why the door remained closed, why the connection did not endure, why the chance vanished. However, what you perceive as rejection, I often interpret as redirection. I do not shut doors to punish you. I do so because I am guiding you towards something superior, something safer, something more aligned with who you genuinely are. My no does not diminish your worth. It's a proclamation of your value. You deserve protection. You deserve to wait for what is best. You are worth more than fleeting satisfaction. I am aware of how easy it is to fall into the misconception that everyone else is advancing while you remain stationary, that you've missed your opportunity, or that others are more favored, more called, or better equipped. But comparing yourself will only rob you of the joy I have placed in front of you. You don't need to gauge your progress by another's highlights. I am not drafting your narrative with the same pen used for theirs. Your path is sacred, distinct, and perfectly timed. Trust that I have not forgotten you. I am not tardy. I am constructing something within you that will endure when life's storms attempt to break others down. Even when you feel behind, I am consistently ahead of you, preparing the route, softening hearts, aligning resources, and preparing moments of favor that might appear sudden, but have been set in motion all along. I orchestrate divine appointments. I align unseen connections. And when the time is right, nothing will impede what I have planned for you. Not fear, not doubt, not delay, and not even your history. Because I am not referring to your past to determine your future. I am rewriting your story with grace as the ink and mercy as the melody. Every scar contributes to your testimony. Every fall becomes an opportunity for deeper wisdom and strength. I am not ashamed of the chapters you wish to erase. I recognize beauty even in the tales marked by hardship. I was present when your heart fractured. I was alongside you when the silence felt unbearable. I was there when your prayers remained unanswered, not from indifference, but because I was weaving something eternal through the very fabric of your suffering. I have not departed. I have never ceased loving you, and that will never change. My presence is not contingent on your performance. It is anchored in my promise. And I promised that I would never forsake you. This includes those parts of the journey where you feel the most isolated. You are allowed to breathe again. You are allowed to find joy without guilt, to laugh without anticipating something negative, to trust without preparing for betrayal. I am not requesting that you live in fear of the next loss. I am inviting you to embrace life wholly in the present where I reside. Right here, right now, not in the pain of yesterday, not in the apprehension of tomorrow. In this moment, in the stillness, in the breath you are taking now. That is where my peace is waiting. That is where renewal commences. Not through more exertion, but through presence. By recognizing that I am not in a hurry, and nor do you need to be. Let this season be one in which you return to yourself. Not the self molded by pressure. Not the version shaped by mere survival, but the true self, the one I originally formed, the one that knew how to hope, the one that dared to dream, the one that held onto beauty before the world taught you to be cynical. That part of you hasn't disappeared. It is merely buried beneath layers of disappointment and defenses. Allow me to reveal it. Allow me to fill it with new life. You are not too far gone. You haven't squandered too much time. There still exists a well of joy within you that I can draw upon. There remain dreams that I can revive. You were not created merely to exist. You were designed to flourish, to overflow, to live with purpose, passion, and intimacy with me. And indeed, living that way may seem daunting. It may feel foreign. But that is where faith resides, in the unknown. That's where miracles are birthed from the spaces you decide to trust before you see. And I assure you, if you continue walking with me, what lies ahead will reconcile everything that has come before. The restoration will exceed your expectations. The peace will surpass your hopes. And the love, oh the love, will be unmistakable. Oh, you have endured epochs that appear to stretch beyond your strength. Moments that challenged the essence of who you are. And yet here you are, not merely surviving, but still reaching for me. Even when your faith felt fragile, even when your prayers were uttered through tears, you held on. And that holds more importance than you might suspect. I never demanded unwavering faith. What I sought was your persistence. Each instance you stood strong during pain. Each moment you honored through struggles. Every time you pressed on despite your inner voice urging you to halt. I witnessed it all. I regarded every act of bravery as sacred. There exists a kind of resilience that does not shout. It does not seek the spotlight. It isn't honored with applause, yet it possesses the power to move mountains. The strength of a heart that chooses love after being hurt. The power of a spirit that forgives when justice seems absent. The courage of an individual who won't allow bitterness to take root in sacred ground. That is what I recognize in you. This is the type of faith I cherish, not for its perfection, but for its authenticity. It is crafted through trials, not comfort. And it is evolving into something unbreakable. I acknowledge your fatigue, not only physically, but also soul deep. Exhausted from waiting. Worn out from battling unseen demons. Weary from attempting to clarify what others fail to grasp. Yet I haven't led you this far to leave you lost in uncertainty. I am the God who completes what I initiate. What I have declared over your life continues to unfold. You may perceive your surroundings as stagnant or quiet. However, underneath, I am at work. Every postponement serves a purpose. Every shut door is a part of a divine blueprint. Each prayer that seems unanswered rests gently in my grasp, maturing for its perfect moment. There are transformations I am performing within you before external changes occur. Because I prioritize who you are becoming over what you achieve. I am developing in you the kind of character capable of carrying the weight of the blessing I am preparing. I am broadening your capacity, elevating your perspective, healing the parts of your heart that could hinder the gifts I wish to provide. At times, I slow the process so you can grow into the person ready for what's next. Even this delay is an act of my mercy. You don't require a miracle that overwhelms you. What you need is one that strengthens you. And that's precisely what I'm orchestrating. I am not hurrying you. I am guiding you to walk alongside me rather than rush ahead or lag behind. I am revealing how to perceive my whisper amidst the clamor of the world. How to find serenity, even when your situation feels unstable. I am not merely responding to your prayers. I am addressing the depths of your heart's desires. Even those unvoiced. I understand your longings. I see the concealed pain behind your brightest smile. And I am not turning away. I am tenderly nurturing it like a gardener who knows when the earth is ready to be broken open. There is beauty in what is fracturing. Not because the suffering is good, but because I am good within it. What seems like the conclusion of something might genuinely be the opening to alignment. I do not squander anything, not even your tears. Every moment you believed lost has been intricately woven into a tapestry of redemption. And I realize you grow weary of the promise that it will all make sense one day. Thus, I'm not asking you to make sense of it all. I'm inviting you to trust me throughout it. To journey with me one breath, one decision, 1 hour at a time. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to draw near. Release the timelines you've constructed around your healing, your achievements, your breakthroughs. I am not confined to your schedule. I operate on rhythms that nourish your spirit, not your calendar. Cease thinking that you're lagging. You are exactly where I need you to be for what I am developing within you. Stop damning the delays and instead bless them. Because what I'm cultivating in this time will endure far longer than what you previously wished for. I'm not constructing something superficial. I am building a deep-rooted foundation, one that grounds you in peace regardless of external circumstances. Something that stabilizes you when storms return. Allow this season to be the one in which you cease striving for validation and begin to accept the love that is already yours. You don't need to earn what I grant freely. There's no requirement to prove your worth. You were chosen before you achieved anything. You were loved prior to making a single right choice. You belong to me wholly, eternally, and irreversibly. That is your foundation, not your achievements, productivity, or strength. Only my love. My unwavering, unchanging, unconditional love. That will be your support. That will restore you. That will sustain you when everything else might fail. I am present with you during the slow periods in the quiet mornings, amidst unanswered messages during sleepless nights, in unresolved questions in waiting rooms, and in ordinary moments that seem devoid of wonder. I am not solely with you in your worship. I am with you in your fragility, not only in your triumphs, but also in your moments of vulnerability. I walk beside you through every valley, not just observing from a distance. You have never taken a step that went unnoticed by me. You have never shed a tear I didn't catch. You have never voiced a hope I didn't hold closely. So inhale, let go, and rest. There's no need to hurry to the next chapter. I am here now, not just promising a future, but providing you with my presence in this moment. That presence is sufficient, more than sufficient, since it brings the tranquility. The world cannot offer the clarity that confusion cannot obscure, the joy that circumstances cannot steal, and the strength to continue, even when the path ahead is unclear. Because you do not walk alone, and you never will. There will be instances when you doubt if your prayers ever reach me, when silence appears to mean absence and delays feel like denial. Yet silence is far from abandonment. My stillness is not rejection. You may think I am distant due to my lack of immediate response, yet I am closest to you during moments when your heart quakes and your voice trembles. You needn't shout for me to hear you. I discern the deep groans that escape verbalization. I recognize the cries of your spirit even before they emerge from your lips. I comprehend the turmoil behind your calm demeanor, the struggle hidden within your faith. You've carried loads that perhaps even you didn't grasp. Sometimes you felt an unexplainable heaviness, only knowing that your soul craved a sanctuary. And I was that sanctuary. I remain that refuge. Not merely an idea or a distant dream, but a living presence, the I am. Not the past I was, nor the future I might be, but the I am who enters your present, encircling the dark recesses of your heart with light and speaking peace where chaos has sought to dwell. You don't need more answers. You need greater awareness. Awareness of my closeness. Awareness of who I am. I've never operated according to formulas or schedules. I act with deliberate intention, not haste. While the world clamors for outcomes, I quietly emphasize the journey. Not because I delight in waiting, but because I treasure what's being birthed in the hidden. The gradual development, the sacred transformation, the silent miracles that only I perceive. I'm teaching you to have faith in what doesn't yet resemble victory. True faith does not rely on proof. It thrives in intimacy. When I promise to provide, I am not referring solely to material needs. I mean the wisdom required in paralyzing decision-making. I mean courage when you feel weak. I mean tranquility amidst relational upheaval. I mean the confidence to enter unfamiliar doors which you feel unqualified to cross. My provision is wholeness. I don't dispense scraps. I set tables. I don't hand out remnants. I unleash abundance. What I offer reflects my essence, and I am plentiful. I am generous. I am the giver who never depletes, who finds joy in witnessing you receive what you believed was beyond your reach. Yet for you to accept, you must learn to let go. Release the fear of being excessive or insufficient. Release the misconception that healing must be instantaneous to be valid. Release the guilt associated with resting.
Release the notion that your value is connected to your output. You were never meant to earn my love. You were born of it, shaped by it, and completely immersed in it. Everything else flows from this reality. Your connections, your vocation, your healing, all find harmony when you start from a place of love rather than striving for it. Let this truth be your foundation. Each day, every moment, you have sought permission to slow down. Here is your answer. You need not rush just because others are racing ahead. You don't need to gauge your worth based on the speed of your progress. I never required performance from you. I invited you to walk with me, to linger, to find rest in the vine so the fruits may naturally emerge. Some seasons are meant for blossoming, while others are reserved for rooting. Yet both are sacred. Both elements are essential. Do not look down on the periods when it seems that nothing is occurring. In my perspective, they hold great significance. These times are preparing you for what lies ahead. The upcoming phase is not merely a fleeting moment. It signifies a movement, a deepening, a transition from superficiality to depth. I invite you into waters that may appear overwhelming, yet you will not drown. You will find that you were designed for this flow, that your spirit is prepared for the depths rather than just the shallows. The waves that once intimidated you will evolve into the rhythm that guides you toward your purpose. But first, you must have faith in the tide. Trust that even when the shore is out of sight, I still navigate the vessel. You are not adrift. You are being guided. There are treasures within you yet to be unveiled. Aspirations still vibrant beneath the dust, callings that haven't faded away simply because time has elapsed. My mind regarding you remains unchanged. I do not retract purpose. I do not withdraw destiny. Delays do not diminish dreams. Everything I have placed within you remains alive, and I am revitalizing it. New winds, fresh flames, renewed grace. This is merely a new chapter in your story, a fresh revelation, a divine continuation. Do not dwell on what you believed should have occurred by now. Instead, rejoice in what is coming to life through your surrender. Cease waiting until you feel prepared to act. I do not anoint the most equipped, I bless those who are the most open. There is no need to have every detail mapped out. All you require is to affirm your commitment. Yes to healing. Yes to love. Yes to me. Yes to the mysteries that are entirely known to me. When you step forward in obedience, I provide what is necessary along the journey. Purpose attracts provision. Trust leads to clarity.
Belief paves the way for breakthroughs. You need not force open doors. I am already unlocking them. The doors I have closed were for your safeguard, not as punishment. One day, you will express gratitude for the disappointments. Release the shame tethered to your past. Let go of the fear that constricts your future. Embrace this moment with an understanding that you are chosen, cherished, and supported. You do not need to wait for the next phase to recognize that. You need not see the blessing to claim it. Faith perceives what cannot be seen. Faith extends beyond the present and asserts that God remains good here. And so do I. I remain good, not due to what you receive, but because of who I am. I will not change. This is your opportunity to receive not only your requests, but also the blessings you've forgotten to seek. The tranquility you were unaware you needed. The steady joy that may not be loud. The love that accompanies you through every shadow. You are not invisible to me. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are cherished. Completely. Endlessly. Everything I've declared about you remains true. There is a sacred transformation occurring within you. Not the kind that clamors for attention, but rather one that quietly redefines everything. You are being restored to your authentic identity. This is not the version shaped by pain, nor the one molded by judgments, nor the facade you've upheld for survival, but rather the genuine self I envisioned before the chaos, before the struggles, before the labels. I am stripping away the remnants of roles you were never meant to bear. I am shattering the masks that guarded you, yet also kept you from fully receiving love. You were not created to pretend. You were meant to embrace freedom. Within you are layers yet to be uncovered, strengths that will astonish you. Depths of compassion that will dissolve bitterness, and wisdom that has derived from enduring what should have shattered you. What once caused you shame is transforming into sources of healing. I do not waste anything. What the adversary intended to silence you with, I will convert into the very force that amplifies your purpose. Your pain endured in shadows will become purifying oil in your hands, valuable, rare, and impactful. You have waited for someone to affirm your worth, but value does not fluctuate with applause or diminish with criticism. It is constant. It is eternal. It is a birthright, not a reward. When I designed you, your worth was not tied to your achievements. I beheld you and declared you good before you accomplished anything, before anyone ever praised or rejected you. My declaration was sufficient then, and remains sufficient now. You are not in the process of becoming valuable. You are awakening to the intrinsic worth you have always possessed. You have carried a misconception that strength equates to concealing pain, maintaining silence, and persevering despite suffering. Yet strength is not the absence of conflict. It emerges from the decision to continue trusting when everything within you begs to retreat. It embodies the bravery to seek assistance, to acknowledge, I am not okay, but I am still here, and I honor that. Teens, I do not overlook your tears. I preserve them. I do not dismiss your fatigue. I envelop it. My strength manifests most effectively in weakness, not in worldly power, nor in flawless performance, but in sincere surrender. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable before me, I commence the process of rebuilding from within, applying gentleness and truth rather than pressure or judgment. I eradicate the falsehoods you didn't even realize you accepted, that you must earn rest, that you must prove your lovability, that you must vie for attention, that you are safer in silence. One by one, I dismantle those barriers, not to expose you, but to finally allow love to penetrate the spaces you've concealed. What you fear will render you unlovable is the very place I wish to heal. Cease rehearsing the past missteps. Stop reliving every instance where you believe you failed or fell short. You are not merely a compilation of errors. You are a living testament to grace. I do not define you by the moments you regret. I define you by the promise I made, which endures even in your missteps. I do not nullify covenants. I fulfill them. I will complete what I began in you, not partially, not halfway, but entirely. You are not disqualified. You are not late. You are not too damaged. You are still my own. You have questioned why breakthrough has not yet arrived. But breakthrough isn't always external at first. Sometimes the most profound miracle occurs within your mind when fear ceases to dominate your decisions, when peace becomes your stance, when joy is independent of your circumstances. So, you are undergoing a transformation from within, and transformation is often subtle, gradual, and sacred. Do not hasten my work. Do not scorn this unseen season. This is the groundwork that will sustain your next ascent. You seek clarity, yet I offer something greater: intimacy. You believe that answers lead to serenity, but I understand that it is my presence that your soul truly craves. If I revealed the entire blueprint, you would rely on the plan rather than on me. So I provide just enough for today. Sufficient grace for this step, sufficient strength for this moment, sufficient light for the next choice. I do not conceal the future to frustrate you. I hold it to safeguard you. And in due course, I will unveil what lies ahead. You are entering a period where struggle will no longer be necessary. The plans I've set for you will naturally begin to emerge not through your efforts, but through your alignment. Prioritize alignment over relentless pursuit, surrender over tactics, and connection over facade. It is here that you shall witness abundance blossoming. It is here that serenity, which transcends comprehension, will shield your heart. It is in this space that you will find yourself uttering, "Only God could have orchestrated this." And indeed, you will be correct. A soothing presence is being welcomed into your spirit now. Not because every issue has been resolved, but because you are finally sharing the burden. You have been attempting to handle what was never your responsibility. Let go. Let go of the results. Let go of overthinking. Let go of the compulsion to exert control. I did not summon you to meticulously oversee miracles. I called you to have faith. Trust, however, is not passive. It is potent. It transforms environments. It shifts mountains. It silences fears and elevates your gaze to perceive the invisible. The promises I whispered into your heart have not been forgotten, even those you've ceased to pray for. Even those you buried due to their seeming impossibility. I continue to work. I keep writing. I am intertwining redemption into the very fabric of your tale. Do not assess your advancement based solely on appearances. Gauge it by the stirring feelings within. That renewed hope. That quiet anticipation. That's my presence. I'm awakening your spirit to believe once more, to dream anew, to walk like one who recognizes their complete worthiness of love. I see you navigating the challenging in-between, the gap between your past and the future you envision. It's an uncomfortable place, isn't it? Like being on a bridge suspended between two realms, uncertain whether the past will offer you anything, and uncertain as to what awaits you. Yet I am here with you, not only at the end of your journey, not solely in the fulfilled dream, but here within the messy, uncertain, sometimes exhausting present. You need not wait for the next chapter to experience my presence. This moment holds significance too. The notion that stillness equates to stagnation is misleading. Sometimes remaining still is the highest form of obedience. You yearn to run, to fix, to comprehend. But I am guiding you on how to simply be, how to endure, how to inhale deeply even when the future remains hazy. I am conditioning your spirit to find rest without answers, to worship without certainty, to hope despite lack of guarantees. Not to frustrate you, but to deepen your roots, not in circumstances, but in me. You are learning that peace does not emerge when everything is clear. It arises when your soul acknowledges who truly holds the reins. There are whispers attempting to convince you that your past disqualifies you from joy, from love, from your calling. But I have never needed your history to define your future. I called you with full knowledge of every detail, every setback, every diversion, every silent plea in the dark. Nothing about you surprises me. And yet, I still chose you. I continue to build with you. I have designated you for something greater. You need not tidy yourself up to gain my favor. My favor is upon you due to who I am, not what you accomplish. You've sought to earn what I have freely given. How? You have attempted to validate your existence, hoping that one more achievement, one more confirmation would finally fulfill you. But you were enough before your first yes, before your performance,
before your accomplishments, even prior to your self-belief. The relentless pursuit ends here.
You need not strive for my approval. Just draw near. Allow me to embrace you when you're weary of being strong. Let me address the places you have silenced. You are not difficult to love. You are not excessive. You are not a burden. You are mine. I am lifting the obligation to bear what does not belong to you. You have felt weighed down, not due to failures, but because you've held on to burdens never meant for you. Expectations thrust upon you by others. Guilt from a past you have outgrown. Fear of the unknown should you decide to let go. But in surrender lies freedom, not in predicting how everything will unfold, but in trusting that I do. You need not play the hero in every situation. Allow me to be your strength. Allow me to guide. I know the way, even when the road seems to vanish. There are miracles I've already placed in your path. But they necessitate one thing: your willingness. Not your perfection. Not your comprehension. Merely your readiness to trust me with what is unseen. Every obedient step unlocks something. Every act of surrender releases what's been restrained. Each time you favor faith over fear, you join forces with heaven's mission. Don't wait for fear to dissipate before you act. Courage is not the absence of fear. Rather, it is choosing to trust me amid it all. And in doing so, you'll discover I have already gone ahead of you, forging a path. I perceive the exhaustion you feel from relentless new beginnings. Your heart is weary from rebuilding post-loss, after betrayal, after disappointment. But hear me clearly. This reconstruction will not mirror the last. This time it will be grounded firmly. This time you are not alone in your building endeavors. I am laying each stone alongside you. And whatever you create with me will endure. It will not crumble under pressure. It won't hinge on unstable validation. Instead, it will be anchored in truth, sustained by grace, and characterized by an unwavering peace. You are not starting from scratch. You are beginning anew with strength. You need not force relationships with those incapable of recognizing your genuine self. Cease the diminishment for acceptance. Stop dulling your brilliance to please others.
I did not design you to fade into the background. I created you to shine. Some individuals departed not because you were in the wrong, but because you were surpassing the limits they were comfortable with. Let them go. Release the urge to justify yourself. I am surrounding you with those who see you, who breathe life into you, who respect what I have instilled within you. But first, you must honor that within yourself. Even when it's messy, beauty exists in your journey. Even when it feels stagnant, you are not stuck. You are in a process of sanctification, refinement, and strengthening. The wilderness is not a confinement.
It is your preparation. This is where I eliminate what cannot accompany you. It's where I speak softly in ways you couldn't hear amidst the noise. Do not resist the process. Do not hurry through the transformation. There is glory in your evolution. Each tear has nourished the soil. Each prayer has crafted the foundation. You may not perceive the fruits yet, but beneath the surface, strong roots are forming, and that is what truly matters. Deep roots. A heart that knows how to wait unwaveringly. A soul that is grounded in love, not in results. This is where revival takes root, not in stages or perfection, but in the quiet surrender of one who still responds, "Yes, Lord." Even amidst pain, even in slowness, even when